What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another stretch session. Hope you guys are enjoying these stretch workouts. I know I love doing them for you guys. So as I say every time, if you guys have come across any movement that causes any pain, go ahead and stop that movement and go to something that you know is a good stretch and know you're capable of. Okay? All right, let's get started. We're going to go down to the mat and start in our 90-90 position. This is going to be our hip 90-90. Okay? So ideally, I'm trying to sit like so, okay, with my heel, knee, and ankle in one straight line, right? So once I get in that position, and sometimes to modify, people bring their heel and knee close together. That's okay, but obviously we're working, we want to, I say obviously, but we are working towards this position, okay? So as you even sit in this position, we've got internal rotation happening here on the trail leg, and then external here on the lead leg. So first movement we're going to start with is a stretch of this lead hip area. Okay, so what I'm going to do, be sitting here, keep my shoulders pulled back, and I'm just going to drive my chest forward. I always tell people, think about trying to push your belly button to your calf muscle out in front. Okay, we're going to hold it for about a 10 count. And then sit back. Okay, so I'm going to do 5 10-count holds like that. So I'm going to do 4 more on this side. Then we're going to do a little trail knee hinges, and then we're going to switch to 90-90. So where I feel this stretch is right here, right underneath this area here. So right kind of into the adductor, but around the butt cheek, also into the glute. Okay, see if I can go down further. When I do the other side, guys, I'll go ahead and turn. I'll rotate so you can see what my spine looks like. All right, and do 2 more of those. Shoulders pulled back. All right, we're gonna do 1 more, and then I'm gonna do a trail knee hinge. All right. All right, so now this trail knee, I'm going to work this, I'm going to work the adductor in here, and I'm going to also work the glute back here in this area, working that kind of external rotation of the hip. So I like to focus on keeping this knee down, and also if you need some assistance, like a tennis ball, maybe blocking under here, or maybe a yoga block to kind of elevate this, or sitting on a yoga block, you can also use that too. So now what I'm doing is just lifting this trail knee off the ground. Okay, and I can have my shoulders rotated so I can kind of compensate by sitting back like this. Now hopefully you guys can see this foot's really not coming off to the ground, okay? I'm going to try to force that knee down too as I do so, okay? So I'm going to do 10 total lifts, nice controlled movement, not trying to wrench it open, so I should feel a lot of stretching inside this adductor, but also feeling it wrap around to my butt cheek on this side too. I'm going to do 3 more. Because I lost count. I would say 10 reps of this, okay? So I do 5 10-second squeeze, 5 10-second holds on the lead leg for the lead hip stretch, and then 10 trail knee hinges. So what I'll do is face this way, okay? Yep, so now I switch sides. I'm going to show you this from the side. And for me, I can feel this hip, my left hip's already tighter anyway. So just sitting in this position, I can feel how much tighter it is. So first I'm going to start with the stretch to try my shoulders pulled back. Yeah, see, I don't have to go as far to feel the stretch on this side. So you guys can hopefully see my spine. I'm really trying to pull my shoulders back. None of this. A lot of people are like, oh, look at me. I can go how far I can go. Well, when you have no tension back here, if you round your spine, you take the tension off, okay? So I try to keep my spine as neutral as possible to really feel that stretch. And then sit up tall. Okay? We're going to do 3 more just like that. I can already feel, like I said, my left hip a lot less mobile than my right hip. And I think less mobile also equals less flexible. Because I can feel this a lot quicker. So this might honestly, for some, since it's probably maybe a new movement for a lot of you guys. I know some of your programs have these already, so hopefully you're kind of familiar with this position. But just sitting in 90-90 itself can be a good kind of stretch, because like I said, you're sitting in external rotation, internal rotation position, okay? So just trying to sit up like this, okay, is really a challenge, okay, to your hips. So I'm going to see if I can do it. Now this is kind of this is the progression here, to really kind of airplane it. Because you really got to do a lot of muscle control there. That's more of, I would think, a strengthening exercise. So I like putting the hands down like so, because that works more, but it allows you to get a stretch opposed to just using your muscular, your strength, your hip muscle strength. Okay, so I had a little dinged up this adductor yesterday, so I'm not going to be lifting as high, but you guys can kind of see how that foot stays connected as I do my lifts. Okay, I'm going to do 3 more. And that's great. Like I said, as I said, when I do here, my arms out to the side, I can do it for strength, because you're doing a lot of isometric strength to kind of hold up your upper body. And then also, I can put a green band. I've had some resistance bands I've recommended to some people. You can put a green band here and here and add some strength in that to strengthen more hip musculature. All right, so we've got those two. Now we're going to go into we got the 90 tread. So now we're going to go into knee flexion and extension. So I'm going to lay on my back. I'm going to squeeze the knee to my belly for a 10 count. Okay, 10, 9, 8. You guys, hopefully you feel that right there, right at the top, right at the hip flexor. You're pulling that knee to your belly, okay? So now I'm going to lace my fingers together and have my leg here, pretty much a 90-degree angle from my femur into my pelvis and my lower back, okay? And then I'm just going to try to extend my leg as much as I can, hold it for about 2 or 3 seconds. I like pulling my toes back or pulling my toes to my shins to really feel in my Achilles and my calf. I'm going to do 10 of these. Yep. Really feel a lot of this in my calf, which is great. I don't think your calves get enough attention. Obviously movements like up dog, down dog, which you guys have in your programs. I can show you guys some, you guys probably know some calf stretches, but this is a really good one that you kind of do on your own. If you want to get that hamstring, you can probably pull it towards you a little bit more. Pull that back of that leg towards you more. We're going to do 2 more, then let's switch sides. Last one. All right, let's go to the other side. 10-second squeeze. Oh, yeah. Feeling that hip flexor right there. Really getting that flexion. Sense here. I'm trying to bring it to me a little bit, get a little bit more of a hamstring. You guys see me really pulling my toes back, working dorsal flexion, okay? I can also point my toes too. Maybe I want to switch it up. Maybe every other rep, I'll point, and then I'll flex. Extension of the foot, and flexion of the foot. We'll do 1 more of each. I think I'm over 10, but it's all right. That's good. Actually, it really feels good on the top of my foot when I do the pointing, when I do the extension. All right, so now we're going to go into a turtle open book. I call this the turtle pose. Okay, this is actually, I stole the naming turtle from jiu-jitsu, because this is kind of, in jiu-jitsu there's a pose right here, they call it the turtle, kind of covering up everything so you don't get anything, legs put in. But that's a whole other genre. So, I'm in this position, hands and knees. I'm going to show you guys from both positions. I'll show you from the side first. My elbows and knees are connected, my palms are down. I'm kind of sitting my butt on my heels, and my knees are about hip width apart, okay? Hand on the back of the head, and then opening this elbow to the sky. Try to let my eyes follow my elbow. Hold for about 2 to 3 seconds. As you can see, my opposite arm is staying flat on the mat. We're going to do 10 of these. I feel this opening up this area right here, wrapping around into the lower back on that side. My thoracic spine is working, it's doing the rotation, but I feel the stretch down into that lower back on that side. I love this one. I feel like anybody can do it. Obviously, if you have a lower back strain, you don't really want to do it. Or if you want to do it, you really got to be careful. Let's do one more after this. All right, show you straight on. So, elbows and knees connected again, okay? And on the back of the head. Up. Keeping my butt on my heels for this one. Hopefully you guys saw it from the side view. That really minimizes essentially any hip movement, lower back movement. Only thing that's really working is the thoracic spine, top part of your spine. Well, I guess technically more would be the middle of your spine. You guys can see probably a little less mobile on this side. That's not too bad. It's not as bad as like my left hip. One more, then we're gonna go back to our backs, do the flexion and the extension. All right, back to our backs. Whew. Yeah. Okay. Sure. Keep an eye on the clock. Squeeze for 10. All right, and we go to extension, okay? Like lace my fingers together. You don't have to lace your fingers, it's kind of a personal preference. Let's go back into that pointing and flexing. Oh yeah, it feels good for the top of the foot. I'm gonna kind of bring it in a little bit more to try to get the hammy too. As you guys think about pointing, I say pointing, it's extensions. This is flexion. Point kind of like you say a ballet or a ballerina would point their toes. Really stretches the top of that foot. I like that. Whew. All right, flexion on the opposite side. Now this is one you can also change into a little bit of a strength exercise. So basically, instead of applying the assisted flexion, you just let go with your hands and try to drive the knee up to the belly for about try to work 20 to 30 seconds. So you're working some muscle strength right there in that hip flexor. All right, let's go to extensions. But like I said, we're just stretching. So this is a good one, guys, if there's having any trouble, especially straightening your leg out. Obviously, I do these a lot, so I do similar movements a lot, so I'm able to really get my legs straight. If you guys have any issues, I would say get your legs straight. One, don't worry about it. Over time, hopefully you work on it, and over time it'll come to you, okay? Or it'll improve. Your flexibility and your ligaments will improve. But also, you could also use an assistance like a wall, like we call it a doorway stretch, or another variation, doorway stretch a couple different times. But you got basically put your leg through one of the doorway and put the other leg up on the door jamb, okay? And you kind of flatten it out there and really do like an iso stretch of that hamstring. All right, back over both from the turtle. Okay? So remember, like I said, knees right underneath my hips, and then butt down on my heels here into the turtle position. Okay? I'm a little bit warm, so I can go, I can get a little bit, really try to reach my end range. I'm very fortunate. I have no lower back issues, knock on wood. So I really like to really stretch this out, see if I can get that thoracic spine mobility, that range of motion, try to increase as much as I possible, or much as I can, I should say. Oh. One more after this. Let's see, what do I say? I think that right side's pretty good. Okay, let me go around the front side for you guys. All right, over here. I'd say the left side's pretty good, maybe a hair behind the right side. It's all right. That's all right. Ooh, feels good though. I can feel it right there, right underneath the lat, right in the lumbar area of the lower back, the lumbar musculature. Oh yeah. We're gonna have 3 more. Counting this one. 2 more. And you guys can modify this. You can hold these positions longer. Okay, I wouldn't do much shorter. You really want to feel the stretch. Okay. All right. So last movements we're going to do, guys. We're going to do some shoulder cars and wrist stretch. Okay, from the quadruped position. All right. Shoulder cars, you guys. We talked about them before. Controlled articulate rotations. Okay. So really focusing on this shoulder joint. Okay. Trying to pull it through all the ranges of motion. So we're going to go here. My thumb is up to the sky. Okay. Without rotating chest or upper spine, I hit this block right here. I turn the palm away from my ear to keep rotating. Bring it back down by my knee, and then reverse. Try to lift with that palm out until I hit the block. Then I rotate it and bring it all the way back. Okay. Focus all on the shoulder. Okay. Don't use your trap to shrug it up closer to your ear. That's not the goal. The goal is to work through your ranges of motion of your shoulder. Okay? We're going to do 5 each side. All right, let me show you from this side. Front view with the other arm. All right? Like I said, really focus all on the shoulder doing the work. No other joints. I don't rotate my chest out to the side. I keep my eyes straight down. Okay? All right, so wrist stretch. Now, these are I'm going to go 2 different variations, first round and second round. So, first one, my palms are going to be flat. I'll show you from the front side. Okay, I'm going to bring my hands towards my knees a little bit so they're kind of underneath my shoulders. And then I'm going to push my shoulders past my fingertips. Just to where I really feel it on the back of my hands. I'm going to hold for about 10 seconds. Then I'm going to sit back. I'm going to turn my fingertips towards me, like so, and like so. For some people, when you get into this, boom, you're already stretching. Okay, that's fine. But if you feel like you want to stretch more, if you want more of a stretch, you sit your weight back towards your heels. Keep your palms flat. Find your end range. Hold for 10. Like I said, if this is uncomfortable, if you have wrist injuries, don't do this. Go to something else, okay? And then I'm just going to sit up, hands together, really draw 5 circles one way, kind of roll my wrist out, 5 circles the other way. All right, let's go back to shoulder car, okay? Keep that rotation going. Okay, thumb up as high as you can. Boom, and then lift as high as you can, like so, then turn. Okay. Ooh, a lot of crunching and cracking. That's all right. Sometimes you guys have the fascia that's kind of, you know, due to your posture or looking at the phone, working at the computer. It's really that fascia has created essentially a new pathway across your body, and due to all those factors, and now it's popping when you move those joints a lot. Like how you pretty new to your body, you get those pops and those clicks and cracks. Okay, but like I said, if it doesn't cause pain, I would say, you know, do them cautiously because these can be beneficial to you. All right, we're gonna stretch one more time. Now we're gonna try to go to the back of our hands. Okay. Back of my hands. Like I said earlier, if this, just doing so and just putting a little bit of pressure on the back of your hands, pushing into the ground, if it's already a stretch, you're good. If you want more, for here, fingertips towards my knees, I sit my weight back, find my end range, hold for 10. You control your weight by like basically your butt sitting on your heels as much as you want, or as little as you want. And then we're going to do palms away, or fingertips away, excuse me. And then I'm going to push my weight over my wrist. Try to keep my arms locked out. Find that end range. This one I'm very delicate with because I'm on the back of my hands. I'm really controlling my weight. So like I said, if you don't like this version, go back to palm down version too. Okay? Then roll the wrist. And 3, 2, 1, done. All right. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's stretch session, and we'll see you next time.